So this is video 6. I did want to note I pulled 2 of these bolts out. These are common 1-inch. There's a bunch of these, so just to say, these came from, like I had showed you right here, there's a bracket here to hold these few things. So I pulled these, and the underneath, or should I say just below, there's one more bolt there. So these are 1-inch bolts. I'm not going to measure them because that's what they are. Anyway, so those 2 are 1-inch. I'm supposing that this is a 1-inch too. So there's only 3 sockets for this that you need. And if you buy a kit like this, okay, these are the smaller ones on the left. There's 5. You don't need another stem or extension for these. Okay, so all you need is these 3. Okay, so just to tell you, a common socket, which I think is 3/8 extension. So this is what I'm using right here. Okay, so these are common 3/8. That extension is a 6-inch, and here's my breaker bar. So I've got a long bar, and then it goes up to this. Okay, and that's a 6-inch extension and a breaker bar. And these are much easier on you, even though they take a little longer to turn them than a socket, but they break easy, and you can remove the screws pretty simply. It's a dozen turns here or there. It doesn't really matter. And then you can extend it. So then when you extend it, you can turn it longwise, and you can just turn it like that. So after you break it, you can after a certain amount of turns, you can turn it like this and free it. So just to say, you don't have to have it at a 90 or 45 and then all the time, you know. So this is a very handy tool to have. As far as that's as simple as it is for me anyway. You do need the 36 millimeter for the bolt behind the clutch, and you need the breaker bar kind of thing. It has a hole in it. It holds the bolt that goes on this backside here of this flywheel. So the bolt on here, you just put the stick, I call it, another breaker bar, real thin bar, and then you use your bolt wrench to get after that bolt right there. And that again is to the left. And you're just holding this tight, or you hold it, kind of pushing to the right, and the bolt goes left. So then that clutch wheel will come off. You can replace that. And so let me get at this one below now, in here. And then after I remove that, the fitting should release up here. The only thing is, on top of this sensor, you'll undo this, and then you can pull this. This has a part around it on the back side. You can pull this way, so you don't need to release this. And you'll use the tab here and use the extension, which I use an extended puller right here. This puller has a little wedge on the end. You can buy sets of these at Harbor Freight there's 3 or 4 in a set. Okay, so these are very good for everything. And you buy the set. There might be 3 or 4, and it gives you little ones and bigger. This is the biggest, and then this can pull, and they're really cheap at Harbor Freight. So okay, I'm going to get to this last bolt, and then I'll start to pull it, and I'll go from there. Again, I think this is video 6. I'll be on to 7, and maybe I'll be on to 8. I don't know. Anyway, this is a 320, an ML 320 Mercedes. It's the sport version. It's a 201. So just to state all the information about it, I'll have that listed on the YouTube. So again, it's a ML 320 sport, SUV sport 2001, and that's the information as far as what vehicle I'm working on.